Oh, well.
So yeah, it's live on it's live on YouTube.
What is your page called? Because I tried to look you up on YouTube and I couldn't find it.
Okay, Ring of Fire One.
The number one or spelled out?
Yeah, number one. So I'm looking at it. It's a lot more spaced out on on the TV as well. So I'm looking at the setup because I'm looking at it on YouTube right now.
Hmm.
I think it's still coming up under it's
Okay, my
still looking under the first one.
yeah, but yeah, I think you still can type in Ring of Fire One.
Oh,
You
Ring of
still.
Fire.
Mm-hmm.
I put it okay, wrong
Yeah,
one.
yeah, Ring of Fire One. Let's see, can I do that link again?
It's not popping up for me. Ring of Fire.
Yeah, it's not
No, it's
popping up for
got
me either. Can you
Well,
send like a direct link to your YouTube
you
channel?
gotta go under still under the Fire Tube TV. I don't know if it's changed over yet, but it comes up still under the Fire Tube TV. Yep.
let's see.
Yep.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, still under the Fire Tube TV.
Okay.
Or maybe look under the fire
All
because
right.
it's
All
just
right. Look,
got
look, I'm finna
the
share my
fire.
screen. Hold on. Hold on.
Nope, it doesn't come under that one either. Nope.
with this. Um, yeah, I'm still having a hard time finding it on YouTube.
Okay, hold on 1 sec. I got you right here. I'm in screen share mode. Hold on. Oh, man, shut up. What the fuck's that? You right. Hold on 1 sec. This
No.
no.
Quick share.
Okay. Now, all right. What the fuck? Oh, man. Let me see. You see what's on my screen?
Yeah, we see.
Right here. That's the channel right there. So it didn't come up on the screen.
I ended up finding your channel, but I just typed in FireTube Live. So I see you right here because I'm on my phone right now, but I'm on my iPad when I was looking you up. And I do see it says at Ring of Fire, but it seemed like maybe YouTube tried to sandbox you for now. You gotta put
I changed my name from the Fire 2 TV to Ring of Fire 1. Because I think it thought it would just be easier to um,
Right, so I'm seeing like what you have on here. Who is God testing debate league Pitbull versus Saint
Yeah, now
Humbleness.
those videos there.
Okay, yeah. So, but I see you live right now too. So that's good.
Can't take a lot of work on this stuff. See if I can balance. Well, that banner is up. Okay, use viewer comments. So using you're muted. Okay. Yo yo.
Yo, I've shared it to Facebook, so it's live on Facebook. Yeah.
You gonna have to come on with it.
But if we gotta pick a top, I mean, nobody's just gonna watch us. We gotta talk so they can, watch.
Right. I
Well,
think it's
eventually.
no. You're
Eventually they'll
right.
start.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So now can you see who, if anybody's watching from your end, Fire?
Yeah. I could tell that
Okay.
it was just 3 people in here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I see four. But
Okay.
I feel like yeah, something to do with talking does like make you more into the algorithm because you gotta realize it's like robotics and whatever digital analyst that's on here that allows more traction.
Don't leave the airways silent.
Yeah,
Quiet.
and then
Mhm.
then the title too is just test. So
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I
felt
got
like when you start making titles and stuff like that, you're gonna get more traction, especially if stuff you be talking about. People gonna be in here arguing with you 24/7.
really.
Yeah.
Hmm. They'll listen to just about anything on YouTube, on any platform, really. But we do want to create a specific audience. So, yeah, gotta have a good topic and just keep it smooth and flowing.
Mhm. Now, I'm off into reading this America book that I got. It's already saying some outlandish thing. America, the true old world book that I got.
Hmm. How
Saying that
far did you get?
I'm like, because I done read the sample already in the bookstore. So I'm like page 20.
Hmm. Is that still in chapter one?
Yep.
Oh, it's decent.
Dealing with the step pyramid and and America being called Washington. If this is Washington, the Empire of Washington, they do the Mountia. Like I say, I don't know. I bring out more of this book here soon. But okay, that's a lot of stuff.
So it's making it seem like the Washita encompass all of the American Indians.
Mhm.
Yeah, that sounds a bit too general.
Okay, the algorithm on her. Do they ask questions in their title? This is a whole. This ain't like TikTok. So I'm trying to figure.
What's your most what are you most worried about with the YouTube?
Right.
What am I most worried about with YouTube?
Yeah, just like off the top of your head right now.
Not getting exposure. You think somebody go see your page, TV channel?
Like probably the words. Like hashtag words. I wonder do they use it?
Right. Yeah, they. I just had a hashtag up there, but I'm. Oh,
See, I feel well, I'm more so concerned about not being visible, but I feel like you shouldn't be concerned about that. Maybe that's from the outside looking in and knowing your temperament is just new right now, but I
you
think we
talking
should.
about cammed up?
No, no, not even. Just I feel like we should just do what we would normally do on here without the
Right.
cussing. That's it. And you already got the slideshow set up. Like
Right.
you have an idea of how to do that.
Mhm.
How's the background noise on here?
Do you hear anything here?
No, not really.
Nothing.
Not really no drops or nothing.
Not like TikTok.
No, I guess not. Thank
No,
you.
TikTok horrible.
That
TikTok.
is traumatizing.
Right.
Watching it on the TV.
That's
Be
nice,
on
isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta
It's
start
really
talking about
nice.
stuff. You can make some shit up at this point.
Mm,
um, hold on.
topic of
You
combo.
just
I mean,
oh,
people
I
are
got you.
doing
I
part
couldn't hear
series
it.
on the Jeffrey Epstein files.
I mean,
Mm,
people are
I get
doing part
I couldn't hear
series.
it. That's something going viral now. You should probably just put that as the title. Epstein files.
Mm. So pick things that's already going viral.
Yeah, even if
Hmm.
it's not going to be the main
Yeah,
topic.
because it'll bring traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, the Super Bowl just got off. People talking about that Puerto Rican guy singing halftime. You
Mm-hmm.
know, YouTube finna be flooded with all the everybody always talking about the halftime show and
right.
Mm-hmm. So then, like, if you do schedule the live, the photo could have, clickbait stuff, and then in the title as well. So you could put like the first 5 minutes as a clickbait, the juicy gossip stuff, and then the title could be like the main chunk of what the video would be. But yeah, right now, I mean, I didn't watch it. Did everybody watch it?
But
watch
Super
that
Bowl,
one.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch the halftime show.
Me either.
Mm. Yeah, I'm
I
Puerto
saw a
Rican,
little bit.
but I don't really understand everything they say in the song, so I don't get it.
Yeah, she said it's clear as well. I don't know too much about that, Epstein. I know he was a creepy cat, but
Mm-hmm.
just wasn't enough information out there, except for people who was associated with him. That's what I started to see. It was nothing about him.
I still have to do a deep dive on the Stephen Jackoff because that's not the only property that he managed of Epstein's assets.
Oh, you
That
saying
was
Deckoff is tied to Epstein?
mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
He sold Epstein's islands. He managed them. I'm hearing an echo a little bit.
I agree with that.
So you see how at the bottom of my name got ring of fire? Fire put that, or I did. Miss Law.
Oh, what's up? The picture?
No, you see under my name got ring of fire. Everybody else is different.
You
Did
did.
Fire do that? I did that.
Before you join.
Oh, let me change my stuff. Let me see. Oh, I had to do it before I joined in. Yeah, just so I can
If you
change it.
click the white box with the arrow
The white box.
at the bottom right, like
Mm-hmm.
it'll have you leave, then you could just rejoin with the link.
Try doing next time. But now I know. I think I seen that little option too.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Ring of Fire. Oh,
So has anybody foreign ever performed at the halftime before?
Who?
Anybody foreign?
Anybody foreign?
I don't
Yes,
think so. That's
yes. Rihanna. She's not American. She performed halftime. Who else? I could think of.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes. Rihanna.
Bruno
She's not
Mars. He's
American.
not.
Oh
Is Bruno
shit.
Mars?
Yes.
Oh, let me see.
he's
Yes.
Filipino and Puerto Rican too, actually.
Yep. So there you go, Charlie. There's more too.
That's
Hmm.
good. He was quick with that.
Most of them, I mean, well, no, I mean literally like foreign, speaking another language. Because a lot
They
of the
do.
stars are
They
from
do speak that
overseas.
language. But the people who want Rihanna and everybody, they know how to speak their language. They just Americanized.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? And Rihanna got a place here and back in her town. Just like Nicki Minaj and everybody. It's just that no, they just over here. You know. But I get what you're saying. But Rihanna not gonna do a halftime concert speaking in her language. Nicki Minaj not gonna rap speaking in her language. That one guy did it. It's a statement. I told you what the NFL was more America. Um, it wasn't. Let me see about this time. 'Cause I told you today. I found out that Jay-Z he controls who perform at halftime. I didn't know he had shares in the NFL.
Mm.
So
Mhm. Well, on the conspiracy side, they've always said that they have to go have a meeting with Jay Z and Beyonce.
hmm oh
You
yeah.
know, final decision. So
hmm
What?
interesting.
Yep.
Got some alleged receipts.
hmm
Mm.
So, how do y'all feel about this? May be triggering, but letting foreigners entertain and I'm talking about as far as Rihanna too, from them being overseas, Trinidad, Tobago. What's the other one? Um, what's the big one? Um, like the Caribbeans. Well, no, not the Caribbean. So what do y'all think? You think they should allow Foreigners or keep it only Americans? Because most of America is ran by a foreign entity or a foreign group. Hmm?
Okay, well,
No.
we
Mm,
have um we have we have English speaking foreigners. And then
mhm,
so Bad Bunny, he technically him and J Lo, because they both were,
mhm,
you know, awarded this performance position, which, you know, rightfully maybe it should have gone to someone else. I don't remember the exact details right now. Um, because I don't know who comes out of Massachusetts that would have taken the place for a Bad Bunny, but me being Puerto Rican, I don't even listen to Bad Bunny. It's not even my taste of music. So, technically though, Puerto Rico is a US territory.
yeah,
So, you know, if we want to do semantics,
mhm,
I would say for sure like no foreigners, but what if we have somebody from like Idris Elba? He's he's from the UK, but he speaks English and he's like a part of American culture. Stuff like that. So, but he's a black man and he's African. There's a lot of politics there.
Mm. Well, I'm, for the sake of conversation piece purposes, going to say, um, no, that's not a U.S. territory. No, you should not be allowed to perform, especially in American events like this, because okay, so um, if he's Spanish, do they play football in Spain? Like, what relevance does him and his performance have to do with football? Because I seen a short bit of it, and he's like, God bless America. And he threw the football down. So I'm not knowing that Spaniards play football. So what is the relevancy to him performing? Since that's not a part of their culture, I think it should have left it should have been left to American culture, because it's an American sport, it's an American pastime, it's America's game. So it should be
Mm-hmm.
centered around American themes in America. What do
The
you think?
American sport, yes. Hmm. Um, I would say if it was, you know, for speaking of Bad Bunny, he's Puerto Rican. It's more so baseball, so would have been more appropriate if he did like the Star Spangled Banner for baseball. You know, or something in Puerto Rico, like I don't know, hmm politics.
So then we're gonna go into, even if you're it's US territory, but now I'm doing this for conversation purposes only. But if you're going into speaking another language, is that taken away still from the American culture? Or is American culture the mixing pot? Is that America, the mixing pot? So are we supposed to let everybody let it be all inclusive? Or should we go to limiting America to being just American? Can't do that because it is a melting pot.
The latter, yes. Um, but like we're saying, you know, America's population is 50% Hispanic.
Yo, yo,
So
yo.
Pitt,
What's up, brother
what's
Pitt?
up?
What's
No,
going
my
on? Shalom.
Their goal is to make money. That's the purpose of the entertainment. And then whatever ritualistic practices they have behind the scenes. So, what really is American culture at this point? Um, is football exclusive to like because a lot of the football
Mute
players
Pitbull, brother.
are Black
Oh,
Americans.
my bad.
So yeah, like Fire says, why don't the football players already own an island or have stock in certain areas that they should because of their prominence? But it just seems like there's a hand behind the scenes that's twisting things. They have an agenda. Right, so the last Super Bowl, they gave it to Kendrick, although Lil Wayne, one of the greatest rappers to ever do it, is from New Orleans. He should have been the one to perform that halftime show, but they have an agenda.
Because the NFL seemed like the halftime, the performance is a symbolic message. Don't even worry about the words. Worry about the background, the dancing. Just like they had no ice. People was marching and it spelled out no ice. Kendrick Lamar, you see the stuff he was doing. So a lot of that stuff is symbolic message. You got to look deep into the background and stuff like that. Um, just like I was thinking a little bit of the halftime show. It looked like they was cropping or chopping some trees down or cornfield and stuff like that. So you got to look at that type of stuff too. That's a symbolic message too.
Right. What was the message in it seemingly that it centered around with ice and everything going around. It's odd that they would, put that in the halftime show because of everything with ice and um I guess it would make it kind of like seemingly that America is all inclusive, that we're not just out targeting, the foreigners or Mexicans or Spanish people. So maybe it's to give people a different look at America. Like, no, we're not really trying to get rid of everybody. We all inclusive.
Well, you know the president didn't want him performing anyway at the halftime show, so it's a lot going on. So I don't know who controlling the board. They said Jay-Z, but it's something going on because the president said no and it still happened. So I don't know.
Well, it is the half times are turning more cultural. And I guess that should be a good thing because at first it was you couldn't get any blacks in halftime doing halftime shows. It was all classic white America.
Who was the first black person to sing the national anthem at the Super Bowl?
Was it with was it Whitney Houston? Let's find out.
Uh, Either Whitney Houston or Michael Jackson, but a lot of black people performed. Whitney Houston, Stevie Wonder, Patti LaBelle, Jennifer Hudson. Like I can keep going. No, Michael Jackson ain't singing the national anthem. I'm tripping. He did a halftime show. Yeah, chosen to exit national anthem, not perform it.
before the game. Okay.
Say who's the
So
first black?
Charlie Pride was the first black solo artist to sing the Star Spangled Banner at the Super Bowl in 1974. Whitney Houston iconic performance of the anthem in the Super Bowl was in 91. The first one to headline the Super Bowl show was Michael Jackson in 1993. So, wow. They didn't even get into the show until the 70s.
Mm.
Ella Fitzgerald was the first black artist to perform at Super Bowl halftime show was Ella Fitzgerald. Legendary jazz singer, she appearing during the Super Bowl in 1972. And then Michael Jackson was the first black solo artist to headline the halftime show. Okay. What's the difference in headlining and performing? And so it says here that football is not an American sport.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah,
yes.
one it what was it called? Foosball? What was it, soccer or some stuff? What was
Uh,
football?
uh, yeah, it was,
Foosball or something. Or let's see, we gotta ask some guy.
oh, what was it?
I think football is an American sport, but I mean, as far as what you guys were saying earlier, um, I believe everybody should be able to perform at the Super Bowl, and it's been going on for years. A lot of our artists here, they make the majority of their money overseas, so why can't they come over here and make their money? I mean, we're listening to their music. I think so. A lot of us are. Like for instance, I like Burner Boy. He's an African artist, but he's very Americanized. But yeah, the majority of our artists they make the most of their money in other countries overseas.
Oh, right. Okay. Right. When they tour and things like, okay, right. Okay, yeah, that's a good point because they do go over there and tour and a lot of their people love the American stars over here. Okay, so yeah, we do share the culture.
Yeah, they love American people. Like if y'all go over there, they will be looking at y'all and mesmerized just because you're American. And we're just regular people, not even celebrities.
Okay, so jumping into another topic. Speaking of the motherland, if we had to, are we going over there or they come here? Do we integrate and go back to Africa, build up, or do we integrate and bring Africans over here to build up America?
Them motherfuckers gonna bring themselves over here like they've been doing for years. I mean, ain't nobody gotta tell them to come over here. I wouldn't go back because even right now they're canceling people's passports. It's done on a government official level where it seems like the government is the one controlling this because they're the only ones that have access to the American people's information. They're changing their passwords, like basically making them stuck in other countries, like they can't come here no more. And I don't know if y'all heard about that, but it's like a really big thing going on to where Americans are kind of stuck overseas somewhere and having problems with their passports.
Okay, so elaborate. So they're getting stuck overseas.
Yeah, they're getting stuck overseas and their passports have been canceled. Like and it's done on, you know, that the government is doing it because who else knows all your passwords? Who else knows all your mother's middle maiden name? Where was your first car that you ever had? This is done with information that only the government has.
Oh wow. It's a lot going on right now. Yeah, because I heard it was a ban for Nigerians to come over here.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is probably just the Trump administration, but they don't want nobody coming over here. And they feel like if you leave here, screw you. Like, they don't even want you here no more. Or they make it very difficult for you to get back and kind of put you through the ringer.
You ever think it'll be a time where they close down ports and no one will be able to travel at one point?
Right now, remember, Brittany Griner, she was in Russia. She had the drug charges. She took a presidential level deal to get home. Paul Whelan, he was trapped in Russia. He was accused of espionage. He was held for years despite U.S. pressures to free him. Evan Gershkovich, trapped in Russia again. Espionage. Journalist. His credentials did not protect him. Mark Fogel, country, Russia. He got trapped over there for medical marijuana. Longer sentence than
Go off,
violent.
fire.
Say what?
I said go off.
Oh yeah, Matthew Hedges right here. Where the country is the United Arab Emirates. Also, he was accused of espionage, academic research criminalized. Mark Friedrich, he was Afghanistan, kidnapping, held after U.S. withdrawal. There's plenty more of people that are trapped in other countries, uh, per se, for legal issues and things like that.
So, espionage is the secret collection of information, usually political, military, economic, or technological, without the target's consent. From strategic advantage, it's commonly called spying. Core elements, actors, targets, methods, purpose, espionage. governments, armies, industry movements, states, intelligence, corporations, or individuals. Methods: human spies, surveillance, cyber intrusion, code breaking, infiltration, bribery, disinformation. Y'all there?
Yeah, I'm here.
It's a lot of things that people complain about, but would never be willing to go and do to make things different. So we got a lot of us that will talk about the issues, but none of us will go and make a campaign in the military or find a way to go to other countries and experiment or to collaborate or spy or anything that it takes to kind of go against the so-called enemy.
Well, I think that, excuse me, this country was designed for the sole purpose of stopping malicious and active forces within the constraints of the country's bylaws, and that goes state to state. So, for an example, I would have to become sovereign, right, and be feloniously disenfranchised from the United States with strengths through constitutional allodius. Now, if I were to do that in fully, file these motions, separate myself from the states, right? I then could actively create a military force. But guess what that opens me up to? Piracy. Then, just like the United States government goes anywhere it wants to and bully people because they have the force to do so, they would do this. Colorado, about hundreds of thousands of acres of land, and they have been unconstitutionally protected by the country, but we'll break it down to a more remedial understanding, meaning the state, they they have not protected these people because militias have been threatening their lives. They've actually unalived one of their stallmates, which is a person that works on their farm, their ranch hand. Unalived, they've killed their animal, unalived their animals, et cetera, et cetera. Just really, really being very antagonistic and terroristic like to this melanated couple out there, and nothing has been done about it. I saw the story a couple of years ago. Now that we're having this conversation, it's something I'll probably check back into because you guys just brought it back to my memory. But when 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 the opposing sides that are against the people, which is our government, because they want us to be enslaved to the system in which feeds the beast. So until the American people, if we're just going to talk about this country in general, understand that they're inside of a system that eats them, well, not literally, but figuratively. It devours their time, their life, their sweat equity, You name it, it takes it. Now, to play a part of the system will put you in a bind morally because a lot of the things that go on within the system would definitely disrespect and utterly disregard the ability to have a moral capacity for your fellow brother or sister, because it's wavered towards manipulation, profitable gain always. So there's never really a time for you to catch a break. You know what I'm saying? Even when we look at the economic system, when they say they're giving you a deal, they're not giving you a deal when you look at other places. So, I mean, we got to really understand what we're in, who we're dealing with, and what they're actually doing, and what is their sole purpose and mission for doing these things. And history tells you a lot of that. So if you know history, you understand what I'm saying. But, you know, it's only going to get worse because of the powers that be and the cards that they're choosing to play, and they can see that things are slipping away. They can see that the common man is becoming more knowledgeable at his wittiness. They understand that the foreign policies are not holding, and they're losing a lot of currency value. Like, for an example, with Venezuela, they was about to get on a different currency, and Trump was having that. I don't think people recognize that, but if you go look, you can see that they was definitely about to do a currency exchange and be under a whole other currency. So, again, these people are playing chess. It's a marathon, and they're trying to sit upon these thrones and in these high places forever. And until the people wake up and understand that, then, you know, they're going to win these dialectical wars. I land there. Thanks.
That was very explanatory. Like you took us from where it started to where we are now. And sticking with the topic espionage. So, um, I'm going to read just a little excerpt. Modern critics and legal scholars argue that this act, which allows you to be lawfully accused of espionage, it's the act of, what is it? I'll read the act afterwards. But can you still hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Were you able to hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, okay. Okay, whatever. I lost the prompt, but basically, it's saying that the act allows the law to accuse even journalists and whistleblowers of information that they're basically sharing to the public, which is, it can be a First Amendment violation, which is freedom of speech, freedom of religion, amongst other things. So, for them to be able to catch so called spies using espionage at law, there's got to be some sort of forcing a hand in there. That's what I see. So,
That's a great point. I think that the United States has the most spies in the world. I mean, how can you not when you have military forces in every corner? When we understand that I like to call the United States the World Trade Center because most of the people that occupy this space and are the capitalists here, meaning the people that are making things happen behind the scenes collectively, of course. Then we get into the family trees of these people. They all have homelands. So that lets me know right there that this is, call it a melting pot, if you will, but I think that's an understatement for, again, I call it the World Trade Center is America, aka the original old world, where the basket of wheat, which would represent lucrativeness and the ability to have cash flow. And I don't mean in a literal sense of like the dollar we see, but because the people are the dollar, right? The value amount is within the construct of the people. This lets me know that what you're saying about the espionage, that's what the system is built off of. Because I pay you, you pay me, we pay them, they pay us nothing, and that cycle keeps going. See what I'm saying? We're taxed on every end. They tax me at work, and then when I go into every store, every time I swipe my card, I'm getting taxed again. You see what I'm saying? So it's like you got to be a part of the system to win within the construct of the system on whatever level you're on at that point. You know what I'm saying? If you're the gas station owner, you get a little kickback because they set the prices, not you. So they give you a kickback for enforcing their codes, which is the pricing due to the tariffs, due to eco shift swings, due to electoral times, due to position of things that they're trying to make happen within the country, inside and out. I'm glad nobody trying to get.
I did hear something about some of these celebrities being on the run when these files came out. I find that so bold that you would really leave, knowing very well if you come back, you just might be put away for the rest of your life. So I don't know what I would do in that situation. If I would run or face the monster.
Hey, um, so this is looks like our team right here. This looks like our set to go team. Okay, so tomorrow is Monday. Um, I know it might take a little minute, or it might be a little fusion in there to miss the old planet, but we have left that planet. We've now landed on the planet of two, the YouTube, and we're here. This is our home now, and so we have to unpack and we have to set the house up and get it all together. Now, so far it looks great. Um, but tomorrow, we want to pick something and start tomorrow morning session off so that we don't get lost in going back to the other planet so quick. So, what do we suppose tomorrow is looking like for our topic of conversation? How do we want to
I think we can choose an ongoing topic or just decide to free flow.
Okay, because
Click
this
on that
is
name.
I don't know. What is that?
What was that? I didn't hear.
That's probably Fire playing around with some stuff. Trust me. Fire. You playing with the background stuff?
Yeah, are you hearing
I
like a
knew it.
phone?
Really? I
He
don't.
back there experimenting.
Mhm. So could you hear that?
Mm-hmm. Chosen, what you say the next you looking for a next discussion topic for tomorrow?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about one because I've been following that gorilla story, that rapper, whatever her name is. We could say something like, is family that's famous or got a lump sum of money obligated to take care of family? Get people views on that.
Okay. Okay.
Because that's a real big thing that's going around. Like people think because, the question is if you was chosen, if you was to win a lottery, Powerball, whatever that gets you a lot of money, are you obligated to take care of all your siblings, your mom and your dad, even those who backstabbed you?
Mm,
High priestess. Is that queen?
mhm.
Tell queen to come up. Fire, is that queen? Me too. Baby.
Who went to Europe?
No, I'm reading down here.
Oh, the Me Too movement. The
I
Me
think
Too
she said
movement?
the celebrities fled to Europe. Ellen being one of them. Hmm.
Oh. Yeah. Once I get started and going in on that, that's never ending story. Uh, Speaking of Ellen, so forth, a lot of a lot of these celebrities allegedly that we're still seeing now is supposed to have been executed under the highest Supreme Court of law, the Tribunal Court of Law. So I wonder how far into these things do the truth goes, because now a lot of things are coming out that was 3 years ago that seems much recent, but it was 5 years ago. And now they're just now being discussed. And I understand, why it has to be broken up into pieces and let out to the public. Because the public does have a right to know under the um um
Freedom of Information Act.
right, that part. It's just they can't know all at once because it would cause a lot of dismay and disruption. People you invested in for years, going to their concerts, buying their music, watching their movies, and you find out that they are in this.
You
I
know,
grew up watching Ellen too. You said what?
no, I was just trying to keep the conversation going. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Hmm.
I was saying that I did hear about that before about the tribunal in Guantanamo Bay. Um,
factual do you think that is?
Okay, sorry. Yeah, I've heard about this before, and it's about to get real wicked. Like none of these celebrities look how they used to look, and not to say like they, for age purposes or anything like that. It's just seemingly an entirely different new person, a new personality, and you can see how far they've gotten with AI, and they're able to make it look like somebody's in a room they've never been in. You know, somewhat seamlessly. I mean, so it's not hard to believe, but the reason why they wouldn't tell you that is they still need to capitalize off of these people. They still need to, you know, milk the cow, so to speak. It's not in their best interest for us to know.
Say that again. You
I'm
said
sorry.
what? Is that bad?
I'm saying that
Mm-hmm.
that some of these people that supposedly were, executed or whatever, it's not within our best interest to know. Like they're still making money off these names and these politics. You know what I mean? These people are still bringing in money, so you have to maintain the character, keep the face, and make it seem like they're still here with us. When, like I said, with technology and AI, it makes it you can make it seem like somebody's been in a room that they've never been in, another country that they've never been in, and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's wicked
Right.
what these people are doing.
Hmm.
Like I said, there's so many celebrities that are not even who they are. Like Kodak Black to me is a completely different person. For instance, Nicki Minaj is a completely different person to me. Gucci Man is a completely different person to me, and it's not just the looks that's changed.
Like they done clone Tyrone.
Like they done clone Tyrone. These niggas is out here eating chicken. You know.
Hmm. So there's a movie Face Off. It was a very interesting movie to me back then.
Nicholas Cage and John Travolta.
Mm-hmm. That movie was so interesting to me. I thought that was just so fascinating. And I said, well, so it's so simple. All they're doing is putting another face. It's not so if you I mean technical cloning, I don't know. But if all you have to do is make a mask of somebody and it looks so lifelike, why go through all the cloning when you can just make another mask or make a face that looks and resembles theirs and just keep changing faces and change your mask? Wouldn't that seem more practical than actual cloning? I mean, I don't think they really like clone really have the ability to do that, but I do think it's like the face off where they will just put another face onto somebody through a mask and possibly, reconstructing surgery. That may happen, but mm, what about their voice boxes then? They would have to change all that. Hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry. Why is it that you were saying you find it hard to believe that they have the ability to clone?
Wouldn't it be more practical just to, even if you surgically did it, just to uh put a mask on somebody? or another face, rather than how would they do it? Like, how is that possible? Unless
Okay.
it's just the only thing I would see is just the voice. Like, how do they capture the voice? How does that work? But other than that, I don't. How would they make another thing like yourself?
I
Well,
mean,
finding your doppelganger or your twin, like somebody that resembles you a lot.
you gotta remember that these people, their whole objective is to kind of play the role of God, right? So they've been doing a lot of things that they're not supposed to do. I do believe that they can duplicate cells. That's why they're so interested in studying the DNA and genetically modifying things, because that's all in efforts to further their mission. And even if they're not doing it on the largest scale possible or the most sophisticated way, they're definitely making attempts. And to just surgically do somebody up to make them look like something, that's not enough. It's not what
Mm-hmm.
they want to do fully. They want to fully control like how people are being made. And they have like played with people's DNA before. Like there was even a thing like years ago about how they want to know how you can make somebody more smart or more athletic, what genes control this, what, DNA sequence creates this. So you can have like a perfect child. They've been um, like flirting with this idea for years. And the technology
Okay,
we have
so
now is nothing.
you mean what our what common people have access to?
What's
You
available
mean
to
what
us.
we
Like
have
even
access to?
you can make a
Right.
whole
Mm-hmm.
song. You can make a whole song right now sounding like Drake, and it's not Drake. It's just you, and it's your voice that's saying
Mm-hmm.
it. But how it's gonna come out,
Right.
it's like Drake.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So yeah. So they could, just like you said, they have that the ability to capture the voice. See, this is where I don't think it's like what people really think it is. So that is they record your voice and you're able to play it back, put it in some speaker form or whatever, and now you're able to download what you say, remove your voice and do a voice over with somebody else's voice and your with your words, but it's not as complicated or sci-fi like mystical as we think, because like you just said it, we if they just record Drake's voice and then you record, now he's singing the words, all they did was record his voice and muted your voice out and layer it with his. By us giving, I think it's by us giving authorization, everything we ever did into a computer, a microphone, anything. Because see, when you're watching us on the YouTube, you can see the circle move on the voice box. So that's exactly how they recorded it and got everything to like be a copy. Do you get what I'm saying? Like it's not as, I don't know. It just seems like it's
Well,
all
I'm saying
simpler.
I could go somewhere. I can go to a specific app. I can type in lyrics, and I can say, hey, I want this person to sound like such and such. It doesn't even have to be coming out of my voice. That's how sophisticated it is. And like I said, that's just what's available to us. Do you think that they're gonna give us everything that they have available to them? Hell no,
Right.
because they're still trying to play God. They're still trying to make a whole new human without hold on. I don't know if I'm coming in and out, but they're trying to make a whole new human without um sex, without
Mm-hmm.
reproduction, without the process of reproduction. Pretty soon, ain't nobody gonna need a daddy or a mama.
Hmm.
But I mean, I can't really make it make sense because again, I am like a conspiracy enthusiast, so I wouldn't have all the answers for you. I'm not even a scientific person either. I'm just saying like I'm kind of crazy, and I believe that they're crazier than me.
Mm. Yeah, I'm right along with you. I kind of though like I kind of dropped out of that for a little while. Um just because everything you begin to try to find the the mystery and everything, and that was just like no, that was just too much, you know. Everything is it's like it's in plain sight, it's just you didn't go around the corner and down this street, you went down that other street, so you didn't see what was on the other street because you could only be on one street at a time, so you don't get access to all the information at one time. So it seems like it would be a mystery, or it seems like it could fall into a conspiracy category, but is it really a conspiracy when it's true, but just not in the way you think. For example, let's take vampires. Okay, so the TV will show you in a way where they got bangs and they turn into a werewolf and howl at the moon. But we would use Jeffrey Dahmer as a comparison to being um that like that, a cannibal. But it's not like the movie just amps up and adds on whatever, but it's just simple as somebody being a cannibal, like one who is a serial unaliver, and you know what I'm saying, and does certain things. So that would be the same thing as a vampire, but they're not sticking their fangs, into someone's neck. But I don't think it's all too mystical. I think it's just you only have access to portions of the information at a time.
Sorry, somebody kept calling me, and I couldn't even hear what you were saying because when I came back, it was just
Okay, I was
okay.
just
So
saying like we only have access to um a portion of the information at a time. Like you can't get access to all the information at one time. So it's not like it's a secret. It's just has to be revealed to you in your timing.
right, um, but I think there's this really big thing about misinformation. This why a lot of stuff people are doing like on Facebook and stuff gets blocked because they're saying like false information, right? And it's not that it's false; it's that it they don't even want people to know about it. Just like you were talking about earlier, you were talking about whistleblowers. It's something like that. Like people who know things, they don't usually make it
Mhm.
to when God really wants to call them home. I guess their life is like shortly ended, kind of before their time, and not because maybe it was their time, but it was for something that shouldn't have happened that way. Just because they know too much, they're saying too much, and like again, there's kind of just like a time and place for everything. But um, I don't know. Like, I mean, you're really asking some good questions. So, like I said, girl, I can't tell you because I really don't know. I just have an idea of what they're doing and what they're trying to do.
Uh, yeah. Mm. So in that regard, so I put this in a new perspective. I put homeless people in a new perspective lately, being like if they didn't make it, those who did make it, would this be some of the homeless people? Like, you ever thought about how they just like, how did you just get homeless? And you're just out on the streets. Like, there's no way you can make it back to living. And I used to think, okay, that this is their choice. Some of them choose to just live by this code. But I've been thinking lately, I wonder, is this how some of the homeless people get homeless? Like, they're big, because I was watching a movie. What movie was this? Uh what movie was this? Well, it was oh, some little Lifetime movie. And the lady got hooked up with a homeless guy and she ended up marrying the homeless man. But um oh no, that was that Tyler Perry movie. Shucks. I'm getting it mixed up. Anyway, I want to know the name of the movie. What's the name of this movie? Oh, when they treated the white man real bad, and they was like, "Why you treat him like that?" And it was Taraji Henson in it, and she was explaining, and they took over the company, and she had a black best friend, and she was a white lady, and she had ended up dying, but she had a black best friend, and the girl was sleeping with the man of the rich guy in the company, and they found, what was that movie? It's a Tyler Perry movie.
See, I don't know the name of the movie that you're talking about,
Uh,
but I'm following your storyline about what it's about. So she married a homeless man.
no, 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 not that one. But the homeless man, she had kept him around. He would come in the restaurant all the time and get coffee, and he was like a big spender. He was a big part of the company. And I guess like a whistleblower, and they took everything from him and he became homeless because he was trying to do the right thing in the company. But the other people, you know how the big timers are. And so she was explaining that he was once very, well off, but he tried to, I guess, stand up or whatever, and they took everything from him. He lost everything. His wife left him then or whatever, and then he just hadn't been right since.
Right.
So I'm thinking in that aspect, like with some of these people, they might have been big people in the company or in politics or a small campaign, whatever the case might be, and they might have had some insight on something. And like that man, they just, fire them, take all your pension somehow, and just do you over. And now these people become homeless. Because
Right.
not all homeless people were just like unfortunate. A
Right.
lot of them were, we never investigate. We never stop to ask or do interviews or just be like, how did you become homeless? What you doing? What did you used to do in life? And we always down on them and look at them like, ew. Not all of us, but for the most part, you probably, you know what I'm saying, wouldn't want
I'm
to.
following. I'm following.
Mm-hmm. I just been thinking about that lately. Like maybe they got everything stripped away like that in the movie. and they became homeless because they was whistleblowing or they were trying to do the right thing in the company
It could have
or
been
in
that.
politics. Hmm.
It could have been that, but most of the time when people once you make money, that's how a lot of people are like they'll make some money, then they'll go broke, then they make money again because you already have the know-how, you have the skill to make that money again. It's the people that give up, and that's a bad decision, right? To just keep giving up, that's a bad decision. So a lot of these people just end up in that situation because they keep making bad decisions after bad decisions, and they lose the hope and motivation. But you gotta keep going.
Mm.
And they could be on drugs, they could be alcoholics, whatever they are, right? But again, that would be another bad decision. You lose something, and then your reaction to losing something is to mess up your body, mess up your mind, mess up your temple. That's another bad decision. But most people who have been in those positions, the people you're referring to, higher earners, they know how to make that money again.
No, no. Like, wouldn't they, if they go to the extent, if you're a whistleblower and they could unalive you,
Oh,
just imagine what the punishment might be for some of these big on like they can't just go around unaliving everybody, you know what I'm
right,
saying? So some people, I just wondered if these were like the people who were uh big in companies or had some position or were like freedom fighters, because Fire had a list of the people who went to prison for trying to be an activist and in um like Shakur.
right. Okay, people like that, right? Okay, let's say you're a whistleblower and you're just really high in, you're high on the hog, like you making a lot of money, and for whatever reason they want you out of there, and they try to cut off access of all your money, all your funds. You damn near got to go, uh, off the grid. Now that's kind of like a scary situation, but those people, it's not so many of those people as you think. But most of those people, like the guy from Cash App, I think he jumped off of a building or something like that. One lady
Mm?
who did something in Tesla, yeah, he died in San Francisco. Maybe it was a stabbing or he jumped off of a building. But when those type of people, when they lose it, they'll take their own lives. Or
What happened with the cash app? I didn't hear that one.
this was probably like a year ago or something like that. But the CEO, whoever was kind of like the head honcho of Cash App, he ended up dying.
Oh wow. Mm.
Um,
You said this was last year?
okay, let me see because I don't want to say the wrong thing. Yes, Bob Lee, the creator of Cash App and former chief product officer of Mobile Coin, was stabbed to death in San Francisco on April 4th, 2023. So some of these people are like targeted. I think it was another person. They were pretty high up in Tesla. Their car just started like kept going, and she died. Like she couldn't stop the car. So a lot of
Oh,
the stuff is foul play. And if I don't know if you get so high up or you try to do something that they don't want you to do, something bad happens to them.
I did come across that there was a slew of like CEOs of different companies, hedge funds that were basically strategically taken out allegedly, and in odd ways, like you just explained, people found in their homes, or like even how Dolph was taken out. They said that had to do with Cash App data, being able to locate him there, I guess through the purchase or the location through the app. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like after the CEO died, you had to accept some new terms. And it went from being owned from somebody to like Foursquare or something like that. I don't remember exactly what it was because, like I said, it was a year or two ago, and I don't really store information like that. But you had to accept new terms, and it was probably something, he was probably dealing with other people who had more say so than he thought he had in that position in his company. You think you have power, but you really don't. Just like on Fire Panel earlier, that dude Nick, I don't know if y'all was over there, but he was just like, I'm the one that pays the athletes. I do this, I do that. And I'm thinking, you don't even know that you're the scum of the earth in the white community. Like you're literally a peon in the white community because you don't own shit. You're not you're not in charge of anything important. You might have even if he has a well-paying job or whatever, you're not the cream of the crop in their community. A lot of farmers were mad at Trump. They lost their land and stuff like that behind some of his rules and regulations and things that he required them to have. Like, they had to do certain things to their land or else they wouldn't get this subsidy. Some of them didn't have the money. It was a bunch of stuff where people lost a lot of stuff behind that. And they realized, hey, we voted for a man who we thought was for us, being white. And they realized quickly, hey, you're nothing but a white nigga, so to speak. So if you don't play by their rules, no matter who you are, you could get deleted.
Hmm. Wow. Yeah, my head already going hurt. Like I don't mm, yeah, I have to stay away from I have to stay away from that kind of thinking. My head already over here hurting thinking about it. Like, it's just a lot because then I wonder, okay, you see in the movies, but these are movies, but there's always like the big head honcho that is over the CEO of the company, like the person who funds the person for the company. So who is okay? I understand the government. So does the government have people that have people, or is the who the big funders of the businesses, the ones whose money is at risk for their investment in the business? Like, who is they? The people, because that's where I don't.
Well, I personally think, okay, say for instance, uh, okay, like for instance, Trump, even Trump, he's not even making these calls like that, right? Yes, he does want a lot of things to happen, but there are people who bought so much, like contributed so much to his campaign, but it was only for the purpose of doing something, right? We want this push, so we're going to give you this money. Don't say shit. Just make sure that you get done what we need you to get done. So a lot of times people are just out of they don't have any leeway because they're already in bed with the devil. They've already accepted so much money, you know. And I just believe that a lot of people are just the face, and there's always some black ops stuff going on behind the scenes. Just like if y'all remember uh, when Elon Musk had so much pull, they're like, hold on, wait a minute, are you even the president? What are you saying? But you got to remember, he was giving Trump $1 million a day, somehow, some way, somehow, because there was some sort of limit on how much he could donate to his campaign, and he was just kind of funneling in different ways, trying to like find a loophole on how to get him this money. But these people are just in bed with people that they didn't realize how serious it was. So you don't really know who they are. It could be one of the 12 families for all we know. But those people never want attention. It's always us. They don't want the attention. They just want the job done.
Mm. I'm a strike to remove that last comment. Save that for another day. I'm gonna say store that and when in my memory bank, bring that back up another day. But okay, so going back into the espionage that we talked about now, so that would be considered a spy. So now we can say who would be the spies. Like these are the people, the big time because they have all the information, they know what's going on, they know the ins and the outs. So you have the French and ultimately Latin roots. So we know French and Latin. Espion equals spy. The suffix age is used to indicate an action, practice, or related thing. Oh, so espionage. Espionage. We just said espionage. Okay. Literally meant the practice of spying. Espionage literally meant the practice of spying. Its Latin roots, spacere, to look at, to observe. This evolved into Old French, espier, meaning to watch or observe, which then became espion, for a person who watches secretly. So espionage literally means the act or practice of watching or spying. So we got to add that one on to the charges when they get some charges.
And kind of like that's what I think what happened. Like when you was talking about earlier, would you guys go to a different country or would you like kind of stay here? I feel like what Pitbull was saying earlier, if you become a sovereign citizen, technically, and you're still trying to operate in America, you are a spy in their eyes. That's why Trump don't got no problem. Hey, once you leave, you can stay. Be gone.
Oh, because you're denying this country. You're denying being a part of it.
Yeah, so you
Yeah,
just
that's a
really around
lot
here
go into
spying.
that. Mm-hmm. Said what?
Yeah, I was just saying. Yeah, I'm just saying like yeah, because you kind of at that point you're spying. It's like you at home, you move, but for some reason you keep coming back to this house and you don't live here.
The term sovereign citizen is a misnomer. It's not really, it's not used that long. So you are right by saying that, but there's just a lot that needs to be dressed around it for clarity. Um, so the TWEA, Trading with the Enemy Act, that is what you would have to address if you're dealing with any type of government to let them know that you're not an enemy. You can just address it and say you are not. But you would also have to state your citizenship. But you can, you know,
I kind of was more so just addressing a different issue, just because I feel like with the sovereign citizenship, you could watch videos on YouTube all day about how that shit don't work. You know what I mean? Um, it just seems like you're using some technology to operate inside of a world that already established their rules, right? But I sit around, I listen to L before, um, and I do like some of the stuff he says just based on principle, but in court, it wouldn't necessarily hold up.
Right. If I don't want to be used, I'm not going to take advice from them. So that'll go for the YouTube channels, for L, whoever, because there's a lot more that needs to be addressed, like with these tribunals and the files going on and that stuff. There's international law that comes into play for these people that are trying to flee. Nobody wants a fugitive in their country, especially you're wanted at law somewhere else. That the law always has to do with a charge, making money. So these countries want to benefit off of this fugitive somehow. It's going to be addressed. And you can't claim sovereign citizen and be absolved of the law, especially if you do still live on the land. You just have to express, which is a term at law. It means to put it on paper. You have to express that law.
Well, question: who would that law? Who? Who would the law be for?
Ain't the law for the lawless?
Right. Because if you aren't doing anything criminal, or what is so-called criminal, what would you need the law for? Or what, and or court? Mhm. Yeah, let's find out what court.
Right. You shouldn't even have to show up. You shouldn't even have a court date in some place that you don't plan on operating. And if you think you going in there spelling your name with all capital letters versus lowercase letters, good luck. And like, why don't we have any sovereign citizen lawyers? Why? Because they probably wouldn't get paid because they don't think they need to spend any type of money. They would have to have their own currency. Like, it's just something that just doesn't work all the way around.
That statement was contradictory in itself, because a sovereign, the term just means you govern yourself.
Right. But how can you govern yourself living in America where there are
So
laws, rules, and regulations? And
why does someone self-governing need a lawyer? In certain cases, maybe yes, but lawyers deal with belligerents and minors.
They
People
deal with belligerents and minors.
ill-equipped at law.
What
Correct.
are belligerents? Just can you tell me
Look
what
up the
belligerents
term.
are?
Look at
No,
it.
I know it. I know what it means to be belligerent. What do you mean by it?
Right. So at law, it means something specific.
Okay, can you let me know what that is?
No, not right now.
Yeah, you're very combative, and I'm just asking the question. I mean, you seem like you want to argue. I'm not trying to argue. I'm asking for clarification because you're telling me
You
that
making
I contradicted. Hold on, wait a
fallacious
minute, ma'am.
statements
You're telling me
and
that
you're
I
incorrect.
contradict. No, excuse me,
So yeah,
ma'am.
combative, I guess so.
I'm gonna let
Because
you
you're
know.
wrong about what you're saying. You
Okay,
don't need
don't
to
cut
let
me
me know
off.
anything.
You need to shut the fuck up, bitch. That's what you can do because I literally just asked you a question. Thank you. You're belligerent.
What happened? Oh, no swear words. Let's have a healthy argument. It's nothing wrong with arguing. It's
It
very
wasn't even
healthy.
an argument. I asked her for clarification and she wanted to tell me I'm so wrong. Well, the first thing that somebody does when they're wrong or they think that they're, you know what I mean? I'm just asking the question. What am I wrong about? I asked you the definition of a word that you're using. You over here on Google thinking that you know some shit and you don't know shit.
You repeated what I said in a questionable tone because you needed clarity.
I asked
So
you
Google
exactly. I
something
asked you, and
because
you
you
told
want
me
to
that you're
call
not
me
going to tell me.
combative and
And you
cuss
told,
at
yes,
me.
you
You're the
are. You're
belligerent.
you're a combative roach. Yes, of course you are.
Combative is good, though.
You're a
Combative is
combative roach.
good.
Yeah,
No,
I don't want to
she's
be on
very.
YouTube doing this. I don't even know you.
Then get the
So
fuck off of YouTube doing it then.
I
Because
was
I don't know
here
Oh,
who the hell
today.
you
no,
think you're
no
talking to.
cursing.
Don't bring me out of
You just
retirement
came
at
back.
all.
You're the
Don't bring me out
belligerent.
of. No, no, no.
Cussing
You.
up, showing yourself. Continue.
Well, I asked you to show me a definition that you couldn't do. You just wanted to run your
And I
flashing
told you to
lips.
Google it so I
And
could
I
finish
told you to just tell
expressing my
me.
statement. And
I
then
was
you could
talking.
have
You're not going to
came
be
in
expressing nothing while
with
I'm talking.
your piece.
You're not going to cut me
You're
off
making
either, you little
statements
rodent.
that are absolutely incorrect.
I
So
asked you for
nobody, the
clarification,
point
whore.
is these celebrities that are fleeing the country cannot claim to be a sovereign for protection. That was that was me giving clarity on what you were saying because you're wrong. You're
I asked
wrong,
you, how am I wrong?
Roach.
And I asked you for a definition that you could not provide. You're so busy over here Googling shit. You Googled a message that contained the word belligerence. Belligerence and minors is what you said. So I said, what do you mean by belligerence? I know what belligerent means, but in what definition, what capacity are you using the word? You couldn't tell me because you wanted to be combative, you wanted to argue, you wanted to let me know that I'm wrong when really you're wrong. If you consider yourself to be a sovereign citizen, then go the fuck off. But like I told you, uh, like I said, girl, you spelling your name capitalized or lowercase is not going to change anything. Okay, if you're living in this world,
Okay, so what can you add? Because all you can do
I'm
is
adding
just
value.
blame.
I'm adding
You have nothing
value.
to add.
I'm adding value. I'm not
The
adding my two
greatest point I
cents.
received from you was that ChatGPT had to update their terms. Therefore, we did because the
Okay, I'm
company
glad you
switched.
learned something because
I
I'm
got
always
it.
teaching a
Yeah.
bitch. I'm always having to teach somebody, so that's good.
Girl, that wasn't a teaching moment. That was
Oh, it definitely
passing
was
on
because it didn't seem like
information.
you knew anything about it. But I told you.
What's
So
that going to do for me
thank me
now?
later. Thank me later. Let your pride go and thank
What's
me later.
that going
Don't
to
you
do for me
ever tell
now?
me I'm wrong
Because
when I
my
ask you a
terms and
question.
conditions are
Don't you
already
ever
updated.
in your motherfucking life tell me I'm wrong when I ask you a question.
You are dead wrong. You're still
No,
wrong.
you're
You're going to
dead
be wrong
wrong.
when you wake up tomorrow. You're wrong. You'll be wrong next week.
I
You're going to
didn't
be
even
wrong on
make a
your birthday.
point.
You're going
You
to be
are
wrong on your kid's birthday.
you're delusional.
I'll be that then.
Well,
Say that because bitch, you've
our
been that when you
first
came in here.
official debate. Okay, this is
Look
good.
up the term.
Now,
Get it?
the thing is you know, challenging each other is absolutely great. That's fine. All the
Because even
kumbaya,
when I said
but
minor, you
but
think I'm
just
talking about underage children. You're slow. You think you know some stuff because you watch TikTok videos.
um anything but curse words, I think is a healthy argument. So the argument is that a sovereign cannot leave the country to get protection. Because I was putting some flyers out. So I heard the bits, pieces. I heard part of it. But I want to be clear.
I keep getting phone calls. What was said?
What was the argument that you could not leave the country to
I
seek
was asking
protection
a
if you were
question,
sovereign?
and I wasn't even talking about celebrities. I was just asking a question about. She said I'm wrong about sovereign citizens or something. Pitbull was saying about like basically becoming a sovereign citizen. And she was running her fucking lips about it. I don't know.
See, this is where somebody needs to intervene and get this degenerate out of here. I don't care if she was here before. I just won't be a part of this group because I don't need to be spoken down to by somebody who doesn't even know what I'm talking about. We're on YouTube, sweetheart. Have some decorum. Google what I said. At law. Belligerent and a minor. At law. I don't have admin
Do
to
you
kick
have
you
any type
out
of
or
law?
mute you.
You wouldn't be able to take me out anyways. You wouldn't be able to.
Okay, either if you want to stay, I'll go. If you go, I'll
So
stay.
you're not
Either
doing
one.
anything.
No, no, no.
Okay,
Nobody has to
you're
go
not
Now
or
she's
for me.
cussing me. She's cussing
Oh,
me,
I
and
won't be going anywhere.
I
I'm
don't
you're
only
think
blocking
she
the people
demeaning.
knows
I
that
care
You're
about.
calling me out my name, and
so
you
we
can't even you can't even carry on the
Don't be
conversation with me. You brought up that Pitbull said a sovereign
because
citizen fleeing the
exactly.
law. You brought the point back up, so I'm gonna give it clarity because
But I wasn't
he said incorrect things,
I was
and
asking
so
what
did
I
you're
you.
simply
breaking
asked you
up.
what did you mean by belligerents and minors? I just asked you what you meant by belligerents and minors, and but I
Right.
guess
And
you
I
wasn't
said
googling
no,
quick
that
enough so you can give me an
I
answer.
couldn't
So you
tell
got
you.
mad and told me that
Right.
I'm wrong. But I asked, how am I wrong when I asked you a question?
No, I was giving you
Disgusting.
clarity because you were
You wasn't
incorrect.
giving me clarity. If I ask you a question, that's the only
I was
clarity you can
giving
give me.
clarity
Answer my
to the
fucking
whole
question.
audience to disclaim what you said and some of the things
Well,
that
nobody
Pitbull
asked
said
for
because
except
you
for
were
me. No, but do
incorrect.
you understand? Nobody asked you for except for me.
I can't even hear you, robot.
Okay, well, up close, bitch. You heard that.
You're weak. I gotta handle you like I handle my teenager. You're childish. You got a nasty mouth. So, yeah, I couldn't in the moment tell you, and I said that I could not. So I told you to Google it. You still haven't. You wanted to argue. I don't have time to Google it.
Okay, I'm in the official comments. Uh when we go on the back and you can share or refer your link. Oh, okay. What was that? New to streaming or look to level up. Check out and get $10 discount at StreamYard. Okay. This comment has failed to post to the fire. All right. Mhm. Let's see.
It's just in my personal opinion. If you're gonna bring up a point, you should be able to explain when somebody asks you a question. Somebody's being cordial with you. You
You
don't
were
have to
not
say,
being
"Oh, you can Google
cordial.
it." You didn't have to do that. You did not have to do that. You can Google it. I
Have
actually
I
would have
cussed
definitely
at
listened.
you? Have I cussed
No,
at
but
you
I started
once?
cussing at you
All
once
right,
I
so be
realized you were
quiet. Be
slow.
quiet.
I wouldn't
Just
have to do that. I can keep talking if I want to.
hush.
You know that. I'm
No,
not your
what you
kid.
have to
You
say is
brought up
invalid.
earlier about your kid. I'm not your kid, so you won't
Bye.
be telling me to shush at all.
Bye.
Do you see me
Hush.
going anywhere? No, you don't.
Hush.
You don't tell me bye, bitch.
Shh.
Go brush your fucking teeth. I don't want to smell
Hush.
this. Okay,
Hush. Hush.
let's get it.
Right.
That's why I don't be on fire panel like that, because he got some unruly
No, it's
hoes.
you, girl.
No,
You
it's
the one who
definitely
created that energy.
I asked you a
All
question. You
I
couldn't
did was
answer it. You told me
observe
to Google it.
you
You're
and
not
the
gonna be
other
telling me to
roaches.
Google something that you're talking about. I asked you a question. If in order for you to have a conversation,
Go
just answer
ask
the
M.
question. If you didn't know, just say that. You're just reading a Google verse, a paragraph or whatever, and you thought you said some shit, but you didn't say shit because you didn't know shit to explain. That's
I
all
don't
I'm
know
telling you. Do your
what
research. Do
Google
your
verse because
research. Do your research.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Don't just be talking. Every time I come around, I guess I've been on here for maybe a couple hours, but every time I lost the passage. I lost the verse that I looked
I
it up. I
said that
lost my
one
place.
time.
Girl,
We're on a
exactly. Cause you
whole
keep reading shit. You don't know
platform,
shit. That's my
and I
point.
was looking at the Espionage Act because that's what this panel is about. And it was what, 19 something? I didn't even need to really look it up. 1917.
Well,
The
you looked it up and that's your
Act
problem.
of
You keep looking up stuff that you
Espionage.
don't even know.
USC, there's
You can't
different law
explain the things that
forms.
you're reading.
I don't
That's all
deal
I'm
with
saying.
commerce. That's what I'm actually learning is commerce. What you're talking about is not commerce and it's not actual law. You're
Are
incorrect.
you a lawyer? Are you a lawyer? No, you're not.
Are you
Okay.
even a
Thank you.
paralegal?
Thank you.
Did I
Thank
claim
you.
to be?
Well,
You don't
you
know what
claim
you're
to
talking
say that I'm
about.
wrong, but you're no lawyer of any sorts. You're not a paralegal. You're not doing
Okay,
anything
so
in
name
that
some
field
titles at
whatsoever.
law.
And
Name
you don't
some
even have
titles at
common
law.
sense. So you couldn't even lead me to the water. Okay, so shut up.
Also, shut up.
Yeah, bitch.
Oh, there you go.
There you go, being childish again. You repeating what I say,
It's all
being
right. No,
original.
I'm handling you, girl. It's BTA.
You're never handling anything. You can't even handle looking up something that you said because you didn't know it. You couldn't
Mm-hmm.
even handle a basic Google search of some shit that you're talking about. You're not handling shit. Handle your business. You better handle your fucking scandal, bitch.
Okay, well, if we want to get paid on here, you're definitely not going to be around. So
Well,
continue.
bitch, you won't be getting paid. Don't ever include yourself in fires money. You won't be getting paid at all. You'll just be, a stand-in.
No, but I'm carrying my image with elegance. Even if I am combative,
Debatable.
I don't need to
Debatable.
get down to your level.
Debatable. You've been trying to get to my level, but you can't. Because
Okay,
Yes,
when you go
let's do
low,
a
I'm gonna
exactly.
go
mini.
very
You
low.
have
Okay,
been the one
okay,
that's been at
okay,
the low
okay.
level.
Let's do a mini rapid fire debate.
You felt intimidated, girl. I heard
How?
it.
You're
It's all
not
right.
even smart. I hear your voice
Let's
shaking though.
let's let's
I hear your
do.
voice
Okay,
shaking.
it's
You're the
late
intimidated one.
and I'm worked up because you're cussing at me. And I
Okay.
wish I could
You
see
can't
you,
handle that?
you know?
You couldn't handle that?
No, the thing
No,
is
You couldn't
the
sweetheart,
handle
I
cuss
cursing.
don't
words?
subject myself to getting
No, no,
cussed
no,
at.
no, no. The
And that's
thing
why
is the
people look at me
cursing.
crazy from Bigo because
Well,
they
this is
think
just
that
a
it should
test.
be accepted and let's
When I
just be
read the
friends
thing, it said it was a
tomorrow.
test. You know what I
Nah,
mean? So guess what? Don't
Um.
test me.
girl,
So
no,
we're
you're wrong.
we're
You're
we're
still wrong
trying
and you'll
not
be
You're
wrong when you
wrong.
wake up.
Shut up.
You're dead
we're
wrong.
trying not to be
You can
flagged
just be dead.
or take any
Yes.
punishment or
You got nothing to say. That's why you're
any
getting real vulgar.
stripes.
It's all right.
You
You
keep saying
gotta
something to
your
me.
pH is
Obviously, I'm
off.
bothering
I
you. So
smell it
shut
from
up.
here. And your
Shut
man
up.
still will touch you because he's nasty like you. Now
Oh,
I'm
Oh
at your
girl.
my
level.
ladies,
You
Now
don't
I'm
even
ladies,
at
have
your
a man.
level.
You don't even have a
ladies.
man. You just don't. Nobody wants you.
Of course. You're right.
I know. I'm always right. This the problem, bitch. Don't you get it? I'm always right.
Hmm.
Okay, this the first late night, but in future
This was
discussions,
a job, I wouldn't
let's
even.
try to eliminate the cursing. That's
I,
it. That's it. Everything else, if I'm not. I'm just saying that's
Talk
just the
about
one
the
thing that
defined tribunal. And I asked, how do the tribunals interact with international law if somebody done left? You want to say belligerents and minors. You
You
was
said that,
taking
small
low
head, bald head.
fruit.
You don't remember?
You didn't stick to the topic. It
No,
wasn't
calm
about
down.
sovereign citizen, but I
I asked you a
still checked.
question and you
You're
couldn't
still
answer it. Don't
wrong.
worry about it. If that, listen here,
Go
that's
talk to
fine.
Emp. He'll be
That's
there tomorrow.
fine. That's fine.
okay, tribunal law. This
No,
is
let what's her name look it up.
No, my name is not what's her name. You will be getting it right.
Girl, I can't even see well enough to read your stupid.
Okay, that's the problem. You can't read and shit. That's your whole fucking problem. If you
No,
tell me
I
that
said I can't
that
see well enough
yeah,
to read
okay,
your
well,
name. I
if
don't
you
care to.
exactly. So you don't even
You
care to
tried
read
to tell me
read what
like,
the word belligerent meant. I don't expect anything more from you. You can't even read my name. You're a bum and you're probably illiterate too.
yeah, I'm
So,
folding my laundry right now. So,
well, you should have did it earlier.
uh-huh.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Little lazy bitch.
uh-oh.
Yeah, you the one that's got this far, and it won't happen again. If Fire's listening in the
Fire
background,
is listening. Fire know what I'm doing to you,
yeah,
bitch. You
he's
know.
not asleep and he's
He
listening.
he is listening. Don't get it fucked up. He's listening. He know me.
Right.
You want somebody to come in and save you. Tuh.
This is
Fire don't believe in
that
Jesus. Ain't
part.
nobody gonna come save you, whore.
I don't have the key to dismiss you.
And you wouldn't. Because even if I was in Fire's room, you wouldn't dismiss me.
You're mad sour and it's late. Like, you're nasty. You're nothing but
No,
nasty.
you're nasty. You should have been doing those clothes earlier. You need to be
If
putting
this is
belts to
to
ass
try
on
and
your own
like,
ass.
if this is to try and like,
Uh-huh. Girl, it's
So
working, ain't it?
here it says what is a tribunal? Okay. A tribunal is usually a quasi, oh, there go that qua again. Oh, a quasi judicial
you sound
body.
like humble mystic when you say, yeah.
It has authority to make binding decisions like a court, but may have simpler procedures. Specialized tribunals often deal with a specific area, employment, immigration, tax, human rights, or administrative disputes. Alternative to courts designed to be faster, cheaper, and less formal than traditional court litigation. I didn't know this. This is interesting. This is why it's good to read. Okay, because I didn't know that tribunal was so lenient. Okay.
Yeah, what's her name? Don't know either.
Tribunal, okay. Okay, are you talking about have you ever heard of the military tribunal? It's not
Mm-hmm.
lenient, or otherwise people wouldn't be executed, would they? It's not
Okay,
lenient at
so
all.
It says it's
w-
administrative. Military is administrative.
The military can kill your son if they want to, and they can cover it up and tell
I
you
bet
he
they
died
can.
some honorable way.
I bet they can. It don't change what they are.
It doesn't mean that they're lenient, is what I'm telling you.
Okay, what does lenient mean at law?
What does belligerent mean at law? Don't, hey, you gotta get
That's
your
what
shit
you should have
together.
came.
okay, so it's not lenient. It just handles those things in a more simpler form.
I turned off the lights.
I mean, we could kill him or we can't. That's very simple, right?
Mm.
It could be whatever it is. I mean, people just use words just to, for whatever reason, the word, semantics and things like that. That's why I'm telling her. I'm asking this little bitch what his words mean and stuff, but because she thinks she
Oh
just.
my goodness. What happened? Okay, you're
Because
from the
she's
other
fake.
planet. Okay,
She's
so y'all
eligible
have known
parasite.
each other before? Y'all have
Mm,
spoke with each other before?
Nope, never. She's pressed.
Shut up. Wait a minute. Okay, dear. So, uh,
I'm just pressing foreheads when need to be, you know what I mean? When they need it. When they need a little reboot because they're
Your
slow.
press. I got the palm of my foot on your forehead.
I got my
we
foot on your fucking
are,
neck. You can't even breathe
Yeah.
over there.
we are,
How?
uh, we trying to do something different than we go.
Okay.
And I have
Well, I just
cut
came over
for
here to support. I just came over here to
yeah.
support my friend in the testing of this. I'm not necessarily going to be around all the time, but I will have the link. So, yeah, just going forward, I'll have the link regardless. If I want to come up here, I will. And
You're
most times I
welcome
do
to
try to be
come, but you
cordial.
need to come with a better vocabulary
No, you actually do, and you need to know the
all
definitions
around.
when somebody asks you a question. Just be able
Your
to answer it.
verbal, your
You shouldn't
vocal
say that they
vocabulary
should look it up. You're the one that used the word. I'm
as
asking for
well as your written.
clarification, and you're telling me
Go
that I'm
put it
wrong
together.
about something that I asked you a question about.
Good night.
So, are you going to bed? Are you getting off of here, or are your clothes folded, little girl?
No,
Are
you
you going to
said
tuck
you're not
yourself
going to
in
be
tonight?
here long. You're leaving, right?
I didn't say that. Again, you keep putting words in my mouth, and you're misunderstanding words. I could be here as
I'm
long as I
reading
want to.
through you. I'm
I'm
reading
saying
through you.
that. Listen here. Be quiet while I'm talking, please. I'm saying
Hush.
that I'm
Hush
supporting
now.
my
Hush.
friend on here because he sent me the link, and so therefore he wanted me to be here during this testing.
Of
Um,
course.
exactly. So don't worry about little old me. I will not be in future shows cursing. Hopefully, I'm on the panel with smart individuals who are not going to get combative when you ask them a question. Because the whole time I was on here having a conversation
Do
with,
you have the expertise?
the
Is
whole
there
time I was
something that you
on
like
here
to
having a
bring forward, a
conversation
special interest or something?
with
Or do
someone
you
else on
just
here.
offer
We were having a really good
commentary?
conversation until little small head, bald headed decided to put her two
My hair
cents
is
in something.
like 30 inches
I'm
plus.
gonna use that one.
Yeah.
30 plus.
I'm not laughing at you, Shayna. I'm gonna use that one in future.
Small head, bald head. Hell yeah, I use it too. And I know she got less hair than me.
Probably so, but
Small
I'm
head,
not
bald
tripping on it.
head.
Definitely not tripping about that.
I don't even need to hate.
Okay.
I'm
The
just
main
telling
point
you
is that
where you're
Well,
you
wrong.
basically don't have a brain. You know what I mean? You have no
this
ridges
is
on
the
your brain,
thing.
just a smooth surface.
Well,
That's
this
all
is
I'm
the
saying.
thing, ladies, this is the thing. Um, None of that matters. We are the future now. Let's represent ourselves where we know that we are the representation of Black women in America and Puerto Rican and women all over, to show the world that we're not Atlanta housewives, bad baddies. Let's show them the side of us that is sophisticated and educated and elegant and knowledgeable, so that, we can be supported in all of our endeavors. That's all.
Absolutely, queen. Absolutely, queen. And my thing is this. I thought that you know what they say that people who ask questions, they tend to be some of the most brilliant people, right? I try to get my little Socrates on in this bitch, ask a question or something. And I just wasn't met with kindness. I didn't really appreciate that, but I will move forward for the sake of conversation.
I love a good back and forth. I do. Cause
I don't
it's
mind too,
12:40,
but
but
I feel like I had to swallow my BITs. I had to swallow them, and it's still a lump in my throat. I don't appreciate
Well, go
absolutely.
ahead
not
and get
one
that
bit,
off. Go ahead and
not
get that
one
off.
bit.
Let go.
Don't.
Let go.
Whoever's accepting of it, I don't care. Whoever on Bigo wants to get cussed out, that's them. I don't appreciate that. So,
Okay. Well, good thing I don't worry about your appreciation.
well, I'm not
Can
necessarily.
we retract the BITCHs
We can do
for
that. We can do that. They've already been
okay.
said though. They're already out in the world, so you caught all of them. But other than that, I could not use them going forward.
Yeah, Google a belligerent. at law.
I told you that you are a belligerent at law. You're in my jurisdiction.
Okay, that was slick. Good job. You got a
I ate.
cookie.
I ate.
You get a star sticker.
Okay. Just give me all my gifts
Where you
now.
want it? On the corner? Which page?
Put it on my ass when you kiss it.
Oh Lord,
That.
have mercy.
And I
Y'all
wouldn't even have to
funny.
bend over for you to kiss mine. So
Are you sure? Are you a midget?
no,
Okay.
I'm shapely.
Okay, belligerent at law seems to be a misspelling in it. In legal context, being belligerent generally refers to a person who is hostile, aggressive, or combative. But here's a clear breakdown, meaning belligerent at law, acting in an aggressive or confrontational manner in a legal setting. This can apply to a party in a case, a witness, or even a lawyer who refuses to cooperate, disrupts proceedings, or challenges authority unnecessarily, or
Right.
challenges authority unnecessarily.
And kind of that would be my definition as well. Like I was in agreement with that definition, which is why I asked, what does belligerent mean to
What
you?
do you mean my definition? There's only one definition. There's the
Right.
law.
But we were talking about sovereign citizens, right? And there you mentioned belligerents and minors. That's what you said.
Yes.
And I asked you, what did you mean by that? Oh, look it up.
No, yeah.
Yeah, that's what
You
happened.
asked me if I can explain it to you. I couldn't in the moment. Now, do you want to
Okay.
look up minors?
I guess more so my question was, what does that have to do with being a sovereign citizen? Is it the belligerents in the courtroom where, they're going against the authority of a judge who's actually utilizing the US Constitution and different laws and regulations for a court proceeding where somebody believes that they're not even a part of?
I think you had said something about them needing a lawyer, and would a sovereign need a lawyer? And I said your statement was contradictory because what the sovereign means is that they govern themselves.
Oh.
Right.
Mm.
And I was saying what I said only like to say a point, right? All I said was like basically it's not acknowledged. Like even in the US they don't teach sovereign law in any type of law school whatsoever. So I said like where are their lawyers at? Where's their representation at? I
They
understand it being an individual, but I'm just saying that's why they don't get far in these court proceedings. That's all I was saying. So for it to go from where it went from, because I was offended because you told me to look it up, but you're the one that said it. Now, if you would have let me know, hey, I have something going on right now, I'm not gonna be able to.
I did, but we were even combative before that. What I just explained happened before that. It was
Okay,
because
what
I
happened
attacked
before
you, but
that?
even
Can you jog
like
my
you said
memory?
that the sovereign citizens don't get far in their cases. Like just saying stuff like that
They
is
don't.
open ended. You're not really explaining. You're just poking at it, and
I'm
it's
not
not.
even listen
It's
here,
not
because
correct.
this is where again I feel like you're doing a bit too much. Because I told you before that, I said
You don't
you.
need to tell me that.
But you asked for explanation, right? You said I'm kind of just in so many words. You're saying I'm throwing daggers at a tree to see whatever sticks, right? That's what you're telling me. But before that, I mentioned, oh, I've seen so many cases on YouTube, like actual court proceedings when somebody was representing themselves and it did not go well. That's all I was saying. And it seemed like for whatever reason that rubs you the wrong way when really we could have had a conversation about it. But oh, you're wrong. That's not how you talk to me. You're
Okay,
gonna
so
tell me
when I
I'm gonna
just
say my
addressed your
opinion.
statement
I'm
about
gonna say
that you
my
were
opinion
wrong,
and
I'm
or
saying
facts, and
where
then
are
you're gonna
their
say yours. But you
lawyers?
will not be telling me I'm
The
wrong about
purpose
anything.
of being a sovereign for the people that have tried that or want to is that they don't need a lawyer. There's an aspect of law where you can govern yourself, like pro se. So
Right. And don't they
there was
recommend you
that's
not to do that? They say the
no. So you're
the only
incorrect.
the
You're
fool is the one
incorrect,
that
and
doesn't have the lawyer. The
you're
fool is the
speaking
one
on
who thinks that he
something
can
that you're
represent
not
himself. That's
equipped to speak on.
I can listen.
That's
I
it.
can speak on anything.
You can comment on it,
Exactly. I can
but
speak
I
on
can
anything. I can
also
say whatever I want to
clarify.
say. We were just talking about the Constitution and our freedom to say what we want to say. So I'm going to utilize
Yeah,
mine because I'm not no fucking slave.
and I
And
utilize
I
mine,
believe you need to realize that,
but
or
I
it
could
will never
also go to
you'll never
like
get
what
far in life.
in a
Once you think you
character.
can start telling people what to say and what not to say, when
I
you're not the host of this channel,
If we
when
run
you don't
this
have
back,
the ability to get me off of the
there,
panel,
and
it just wouldn't get you far. It just wouldn't be
yeah.
within your best interest to
So
do.
before that
Okay.
point about the sovereigns not needing a lawyer, it was also just addressing what Pitbull mentioned, and this lady as well, that if you were to flee, as a sovereign, that you would be able to escape whatever law was trying to address you via your citizenship here in America. So I was saying that's not. So whoever left, basically, this is just the ending point. Whatever celebrity that it was insinuated they are fleeing, and maybe under the guise of a sovereign citizenship, even in theory, or in fact, it's just not true. And they're probably still just a US citizen fleeing the law. End of story.
I'm gonna let you have that because I see that you're getting flustered. And if that's Queen in the comments, you're the most petty person that I know. Okay. Uh, but I'm gonna leave that alone. You stay in those comments.
Okay, this looks good. From viewing it on it sounds good on you on when you look at it on the live. So this is great. Great discussion. Um yeah, great discussion. Okay, so what I'm understanding is that the belligerence comes from you denying um law and order per se. So you would be considered belligerent. And as a minor, you have what, no one over you, or you like you have no legal. If you're a sovereign, you would have no legal per se parent or anybody who's over you. So you would be a minor. Is that what we're saying? Yeah. So some people who claim a sovereign status or a sovereign citizen idea, usually rejecting government authority, taxes, or courts, often act belligerently at law. Examples include refusing to recognize a court's jurisdiction, using confrontational language in filings or in court. Okay, arguing that normal legal rules do not apply to them. Okay, I understand that part. Now let's go to the minors. So, what do you think? Which one are you siding with? That it is you're not considered belligerent as a sovereign, that you have that right? Which one are you guys siding with? or saying that you should be, because I don't know, I kind of agree in a way, because we're not the only people in the world. So the laws or some of the statutes and things would be made to keep us all in a cohesive state where we can work together and not just be disruptive with each other. So those who are would need um the law. And so the law would apply, because everybody has the right to be safe, and the right to liberty, and the right to live. So that would kind of make you belligerent at law, because you don't want to be a part of making everybody as a whole their safety, include and think about others. I guess this would be about thinking about others. And now this is where it might be related in scripture, where saying where Jesus is saying that you're all one. So by Jesus saying that you're all one in scripture, this makes the law apply to all of us as one. And if you want to step out of that and not be governed by the law, then you would be considered a lawbreaker, a fugitive, like a tyrant or so that wants to. Okay. But the odd thing is that they have used this for centuries. They have used this exact law to govern themselves. And now they can't use it to govern themselves because they misused the law. And I'm speaking of those that we were speaking of earlier. The crimes against humanity. So we need some new lawmakers and to get these things instituted.
Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So again, I don't know if I'm doing the right thing. I don't know if I'm looking up the right terminology or anything like that, right? I may not be right here, but hopefully people have the ears to hear. I just looked something up on Chat GPT. I want to know how many successful sovereign citizen cases there were, right? And it says in large empirical studies of sovereign citizen related litigation. In one study, 548 sovereign citizen cases, 93% lost outright, 2% were transferred to another court, 4% had partial success, motions granted in part or sent back for further proceedings, 1% were truly successful, meaning something substantive, something substantive in the litigant wanted actually happen. This indicates only a very, very small number of cases resulted in what some researchers would even label as success.
Ask it, is that due to the Constitution?
It says yes, largely. It is because how the US Constitution actually works, plus how the courts interpret it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're born in the US or naturalized, you're subject to US law. Government authority comes from territory and citizenship, not consent.
So that means that your property then.
Essentially, yeah.
So, and that's basically saying that even if you sovereign yourself, you're still subject to this law because you're in this jurisdiction. This is where Samaria needs to be, and that she would yeah. So you're in this jurisdiction because you're here on this soil, and that means this soil belongs to somebody. So you have to go by well, why wouldn't you want to? Why wouldn't you want to go by the law of the land to help keep others and yourself safe?
The best way that you can work any system is to operate within the system, in my opinion. Which is why I don't think it's a good idea to try to seek our freedom in other countries, even so-called motherland, whatever somebody believes that they come from, whether it be Africa or somewhere right different. Because even in a lot of those places, we don't have the ability to buy land. Like some of these people have so many holdings, like, and they don't make it easy for us to come over there either. Just like we put barriers in their way, they do the same thing to us. And you essentially really have to be ready to be unalive for your beliefs if you feel that strongly. So I feel like the best way to beat them is to operate within their system and kind of play with their games. The same loopholes that they use, you're able to utilize them too. And I personally just believe that this is my world and I'm going to walk through it and everybody else is going to navigate around me. Anybody who's trying to put any barriers for strongholds over my life, they're not able to do that because I'm personally not allowing it. Now, you can do whatever you want to others and whatever other people allow, whatever boundaries they set for you, that's how they have to operate around you, not you operate around them. But we just have to use these to our advantage.
I've been saying that for a minute.
I truly
Specifically
believe that. It's
because
their world.
it's especially about the part about operating within the system. I just get so like, wow, why did our ancestors go through what they went through for us to deny to be a part of it? I'm just not, that doesn't sit right with me. Like, you have this right and this privilege to be a part of this system. You should embrace that and do the opposite of what they want you to do, and is not know and not be a part of it and not be into the politics and the government and rule the nation. Like, I don't understand that part. I get it in a moral sense and a freedom fight type of sense, but no. Too many acres of cotton was picked for you to say, I don't want a part of it. You owe your ancestors to be a part of it. You owe them to say, you worked and your tears and sweat and blood went into this. So I am obligated to make something out of myself because of that. In this, to utilize it, to embrace it, to get that education. That's the we grew up. I don't know what these conscious folks are on, saying, like, if anything were to happen, I wonder if you could ask ChatGPT, does the sovereign, if anything was to happen, an attack, our sovereigns protected under what happens to them? I don't think that matters. Do you think that matters? They're gonna be asking for paperwork in a state of something like that. If an attack was to happen and they were out trying to get people to rescue, you think they're gonna be asking you, "Are you sovereign? Where your paperwork at?" They're gonna lie and say, "Yeah, I'm sovereign. I belong. I'm a citizen." Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's a good point. It's just like people who say, "Oh, I don't believe in calling the cops," but they're gonna call the cops once they get assaulted or robbed. It's very situational when people want to be sovereign citizens and not. You don't want to pay that you don't want to pay that driving ticket, but you driving in land that you claim that you don't even want to be on. It's very situational.
Okay, so uh
But I really believe like if everything was to really go down, it's gonna be like when people were at lunch in school. You don't know these people, but you just kind of get the vibe. They might be black just like you. They might be some nerds just like you. You know which table to go sit at. And I feel like people are gonna get smart enough to remember that none of this stuff matters. And we just gotta help our people, our kind, whatever you relate to, whatever you see, you gonna help.
mhm, true.
And it ain't gonna be no, hey, what's your religion? At this point, we're past that. Because if that's the case,
Mm-hmm.
God would have came saved all of us right now. We ain't even gonna have to fight this fight. We gonna have to really get together on some other stuff.
Mm-hmm. I say that all the time. I tell a lot of people, a lot of your principles and a lot of your moral standards that you take lightly in the efforts that things will be this way forever. And you think these things really matter. But I ask you to ask yourself, if the lights went out and you was in a snowstorm, would this shit matter? So some of our survival, our thinking should be based on, if you were in a snowstorm, would this matter? No, it wouldn't. Because I don't care if you're a Jehovah Witness, like, dog, push this rock over so we can stop the snow from coming. Like, come on, we'll have to work on our abilities and our skills, not our titles, not our statuses. So yeah, I challenge people to think about that often.
Yeah, it's really gonna be like that because people, we all think we have this idea of who we are exactly, but you really don't know what you're made of until shit hit the fan. Just like you really,
Mhm.
if you lose your job, hey, now it's trying to figure it out. You got to figure out what other skills do you have. How can you make money from this? 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 And then you got to figure out what other skills you have that you can use to make money from that.
Did you just go out?
Is fire still on here? Fire. Mm-mm-mm. It's humble fire. I'm backstage. Fire. Let humble up. Fire.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah,
No, we
Jalen.
can.
Fire. Somebody tell fire.
The fire.
Tell him
Are
humble backstage.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, Jalen.
What the hell?
he's oh yeah, he might be asleep because he left me. Oh,
That's
here
the
left.
only thing about it. We should be able to let people up. Like we should be able to let people up. That's the only thing.
Well, oh yeah, because even in the link, you still gotta
Mm-hmm.
he gotta let him up.
Let me see if you know.
Hello? I don't even know if
We
I'm
can
up
hear you
here.
now.
What the hell?
We can hear you. Let me see.
That gas pack.
Hello?
Is
Is
this
y'all still up here?
duo? Hmm.
Oh, Fire Humble said he backstage. I don't know if Fire's up or if he fell asleep.
Okay, so we know that by 12 midnight, he add me and is gone for the night.
12 midnight. Who the admin in here?
The fire is. They
Yeah.
left the last time went to sleep or forgot, and I accidentally got off and couldn't get back on, so it was just on for
Oh, man.
12 hours.
He be doing that. He'll fall asleep in a quick second. Or sometimes Fire just be pretending to be asleep because he don't really be sleeping shit. He just be like, oh, these people are going crazy.
Okay, so we'll only be able to have what comments and viewers. Okay.
Comments and viewers. So, okay. Yeah, let him know that somebody was backstage and he was asleep. He dropped the ball. And is your name Hallelujah on here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Truth over traditions. And Bigo, your name, you're chosen.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
supposed to be chosen on here too, but I think this is another email, so it's under another account, but it's was chosen into on here. It's supposed to change it. I'm gonna change it though. I'm gonna keep it as chosen just
uh,
for a general name.
all right. Well, definitely, it was nice talking to you. I don't know who else still on here. I think maybe somebody she at work. She probably just listening. And to Miss Law, I don't know if she's asleep or whatever. Just let her know that I guess I apologize for how far it went, but honestly, I just believe it was a misunderstanding that went too far. And once I go there, I don't really let up because I am petty. Uh, and hopefully, going forward, we can have a better conversation.
Well, that is much appreciated. And we absolutely will have. But the thing is, we don't need to have kumbaya moments. I hate kumbayas. I don't like I personally don't think kumbayas are needed in every conversation, like cheese sake, like we can have a healthy argument. That's not a problem. It's just we want to keep it to where, you know,
No
we're not
cussing.
about to jump out the phone. Yeah, that part.
Well, yeah,
You know
I'm
what
very
I'm
much
saying?
so knuck if you buck, and I'm like, I'll get real ghetto real quick, but I don't mean to. I just,
No,
I
it's
don't,
all
it
good. It's
depends on
all
the
good.
day. It depends on the
It's
day, because
all
sometimes I'm
good.
in my right mind. Sometimes I could be sane, but certain times I just can't. And but today was just one of those days. I haven't been on the internet that much recently, so I don't have any couth about myself. And I'm working on.
Well, that's all you can do is work on it one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, definitely sisterhoods and none of that. Cause tomorrow I'm kind of mellow right now, but you know, you'll see.
I
I'm gonna be
know.
challenging everything and speaking I'm just mellowed right now, mellowed out. I'm not in my Zen moment.
I
Um,
seen you had came by Tune Time Live maybe the other day, real quick. And I know that y'all had a debate or whatever, but I think too she'll be good on here if you guys are not really looking for too many kumbaya moments, and she can have really good conversations too without doing too much. So I'm
who?
interested. Tune Time.
Oh yeah, I think did she come on? Yeah, I think she came. Did Two Time come on? I think so. I think she was on here the other day.
Oh, okay. The other day, yeah.
Oh, let me okay, so how can I send you um a message, a flyer so you can drop the flyer so people can follow us and watch us. It's gonna be exciting.
You have a
People
flyer
gonna
on
be
here.
wanting to be I don't know how to know. Let me see if I could put it in the nope, can't put it in the comments.
Well, maybe I
So
could follow you on Bigo. Is your flyer on your page?
yeah.
Okay,
Uh
I'll see it
okay.
because I do see your
Clipboard.
name around sometimes, so I'll follow you and I'll see.